Hello and welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's me, the travelling comic, so called because I travel the world jumping on various cruise ships and performing as a guest entertainer, a comedian, when I'm on board. I'm usually on board for 1 week and I have to work on 2 of those nights. The eagle-eyed among you will recognise this ship from probably 2, maybe 3 videos ago that I did. I'm currently back on Cunard's Queen Anne. I'm on for a week travelling from Southampton to Southampton via the Norwegian fjords. And what this video will be is simply coming with me, seeing what I get up to on the ship, and I'll take you ashore at the various ports. I know for a fact that I have a show tonight, and therefore at 5 o'clock I have to go and do a sound check. And again, you've seen me doing a sound check on this ship. I've taken you backstage, but I will bring you down to the theatre, and then I'll do my 2 shows tonight in the Royal Court Theatre. I'm waiting on my luggage to arrive, and while that is coming, I shall go now to the Golden pub and have something to eat, because I don't usually eat before my show. Again, this you can see here, now this is always wasted on me. I love showing this to some people. When you join a Cunard ship, they welcome you on board with their very own, is it Prosecco or something like that? Labelled Cunard. But anyway, some of the other guest entertainers will get this because I'll give it to them. At this stage, I don't know who else I'm on with, but during the course of the week, if they want to come on the video, well, I'll introduce you to them. If this video is something that you think you'd like to watch, well, you know what to do. Keep watching. As for me, down to the pub for some food. Well, as you can see, I had a little walk around the deck of the ship as well here in Southampton, enjoying the sunshine. And I had a lovely pub lunch. I never ever look at the menu. It's a standard thing. Anytime I'm on any Cunard ship, if I go to the lunch for pub, if I go to the pub for lunch, it's always fish and chips, mushy peas, followed by their crumble. Anyway, that's all done and dusted. We've also just finished the passenger muster station stuff. Everybody knows what to do should they have to abandon ship. And it is now time for me to go to the theatre and do my sound check, and I'll bring you with me just to let you see the theatre. Now, I'll not be doing a walkthrough of this particular ship of Queen Anne because I've already done that a couple of videos ago. If you want to see what Queen Anne is like inside, go and have a look at that. Incidentally, when I was in the pub, there's a gentleman came over. He says, "Mr. Caulfield, you're performing tonight?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "I follow you on YouTube. So if you're watching, I didn't get your name. Lovely to have met you, if ever so briefly." And then again, I was walking along and another couple come over to me and says, "Aren't you the travelling comic? We watch you on YouTube." And so again, hello to you pair as well. Right, come on, the rest of you that haven't met me. You're meeting me here via what's the proper pronunciation? Via I'm going for via YouTube. We'll go do a sound check. Well, the sound check went very well. It took all of, I think, 3 minutes because they already had my stuff from when I was on in part of the World Voyage a couple of weeks ago. Okay, I'm heading down now to do my 2 shows. I'm not expecting big crowds tonight because it's the opening night. It's the first night of the voyage. And on the first night of the voyage, a lot of people have been traveling, they're tired. And it's us guest entertainers hate doing the first night. But it's a long time from I've done it first night, so it's just the luck of the draw. Anyway, I'll go and do my 2 shows. I'll not chat to you again today. Tomorrow it's a sea day, so I'll speak to you tomorrow when we're at sea. See you then. Well, that little bit of footage that you've just seen was side stage and in the dressing room at the theatre last night. Incidentally, there was more people at both shows than I had anticipated, so not everybody went to bed. And there was a couple again spoke to me after one of the shows that watches the channel. So hello to you if you're watching this particular one. Anyway, it's a sea day today, which means that I'm going to do very little. That doesn't mean that there's very little to do. In fact, at 10 o'clock this morning, there's a cooking demonstration with Chef Michael Rowe. There's also a book signing. I have been on the Queen Mary 2 with Michael, so I've seen quite a number of his cookery demonstrations. So I give that a miss. I'm sorry, but even if I was there, I wouldn't be able to film that very much for you. And then also on is Andy Watt from the Red Arrows. Again, I've seen Andy before. Very, very interesting talk about basically takes a year in the life of the RAF Red Arrow teams. Talks about how they're selected and trained, etc. But apart from that, this is a sea day. I'm going to relax. If I see something that I think you would like to see, I'll show it to you. But apart from that, we're just heading up to Norway. Oh, interesting fact. I read this last night. We'll see what this is. So, in other words, we set sail from Southampton, and throughout the morning, that's this morning, Queen Anne will sail past a number of offshore installations, including wind farms, oil and gas fields, of which there are approximately how many? How many? 1,350. 1,350. So we'll pass all them and then continue to set a northerly course towards our first port of call tomorrow, Stavanger. Anyway, enough for now.
Ah, it's you.
See behind me, this sea day has come to an end. Another beautiful sunset. I think it's hard to beat sunsets at sea. I had a great day today doing nothing. I went to see Andy Wyatt, or to hear Andy Wyatt's Red Arrows talk. There's a little clip of that being set up for you. I then went and watched people learn how to dance. I didn't join in. I probably should have, because I can't dance at all. I have 2 left feet. But he made it look, well, it was very basic what he was doing, and the people seemed to be enjoying themselves. I went up into the pavilion at lunchtime, sat enjoying the sunshine, and indeed there was a couple recognised me from this channel. They watched the channel. And incidentally, if you're enjoying these videos, please do me a big favour, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to comment. Who knows, maybe you'll be on a ship somewhere and you'll bump into the travelling comic, part of the community that you will have joined. Free of charge, of course. I don't know why they call it subscribe. I didn't go to afternoon tea in the Queen's room this afternoon, but I did go up to the Corinthia Lounge and had one of their famous shoe buns. It was raspberry. It was very, very nice. After dinner this evening, I went and watched the cast in the theatre. I didn't film any of that. And then I went into the Queen's room to see the aerialists. I think that's the proper term. 2 girls doing fabulous things, hung from the ceiling. You've seen it. I've already showed it to you. Okay, that's the end of today. Tomorrow, we're in our first port of call, Stavanger. and I'll see you there. Well, welcome to dry land and welcome to the first Norwegian port, which is Stavanger. I'm looking out at the weather. It's dry, it's bright. I don't see any sun shining, but I'm told it's about 14 degrees centigrade. Now, I've been in Stavanger many times before, but this will be the first time that I have brought you YouTubers with me. I've done Facebook Lives from it. So we'll just go out for a walk around the port. I'll take little videos of the streets. I have spent money here in Stavanger, you know. It's expensive, but I bought a pair of trainers here. And I'm sure I'll buy something to eat and drink when I'm ashore today, even if it's only a cool drink. Anyway, Stavanger, for those that are interested, it was once a European city, a European capital of culture. There you go. And from the ancient port, the city fans out along a network of islands, each one connected to its neighbour by an elegant bridge. I'll not be taking you island hopping. We'll just stay where we are. Anyway, that's enough of this chat. Let's go and see Stavanger. Now, for as long as I've ever been coming to Stavanger, I have always stopped to say hello to a friend of mine who's always waiting on me outside this particular shop. And I'm going to introduce you to him. I don't know his name, but there he is. We're the best of friends, aren't we? I always come and say hello to you. Eh? Hey, lovely. One of the many trolls.
Who's your new friend?
Hey. I think with Queen Anne just out here over my right shoulder, this is as good a time as any to wind up your little visit with me to Stavanger. I've just had a wonderful chat with a lady, and I'm so sorry I didn't have the mics and all set up. She spoke with an English accent, but it turned out she's from Dublin, and she used to be an air hostess for Aer Lingus. So we had a wonderful, wonderful chat, and she was asking about the capacity on the ship and one thing or another. Anyway, this is probably one of the nicest days I've ever had in Stavanger as far as the weather is concerned. Look behind me, blue skies, the sun's shining. What's not to like? I hope you've enjoyed the little clippets that I've shown you. I haven't edited them yet, so I'm speaking here before I go back to the ship and edit them. So I don't know how little or how much I'll show you. And I'm doing all this pointing here because this is the stick for my Insta360 camera, which I used on this particular walk around the ship as well. Anyway, enough for now. And I'll see you... I tell you what, will I see you tonight? I'll speak to you when I get back on the ship. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, I'm away for now. Well, I'm actually back sooner than I expected, simply to correct myself, because I said I used this stick as part of the Insta360 from when I was walking around the ship. No, I meant walking around the port. And I want to correct it before the keyboard warriors correct it. And that's what I love about the people that have subscribed to my channel. They keep me in check. If I say something wrong, they soon let me know. Incidentally, if you're enjoying the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and feel free to comment. I read all the comments, whether they're good or bad. Sometimes they're bad, and I just have to take it on the chin. Anyway, I'm going to head back to the ship. Oh, and I did spend money. I bought, what did I buy? I bought a cold drink and a chocolate chip cookie, and it cost me £5.97. Is that dear? Let me know. Oh, Norway in the sun. Beautiful. Well, we have retrieved our lines and have left Stavanger, heading to the next port of call tomorrow, which is Alesund. Now, let me talk about guest entertainers, because, do you remember, I said that there were others on, wasn't sure who all was on, haven't checked my list. Right, there are 3 others on. There is a group called West on Sunset, there's a female vocalist called Stephanie Weber, and an instrumentalist called Nicola Loud. Now, both Stephanie and Nicola have their mothers with them on this week-long voyage around the Norwegian fjords and ports. So in their downtime, obviously they're with their mums, not going to spend any time with me, and that's great. I think it's fabulous to see them. I have met both them, and I've met both their mums. I'm going now. I didn't know when I was ashore what my plans were for tonight. Well, here's my plans. I'm going now for a drink with Nicola and her mum. If they want to come on YouTube, I'll introduce you to them. Then I'm going to the theatre tonight to see the West on Sunset. And I'll just give you the blurb from the programme. From the golden era of American West Coast soft rock, West on Sunset recreates hit songs from this much-loved genre. Sounds right up my street. I'll go to see that at 8 o'clock. Then at 9:15 in the Queen's Room, which is where I performed my second show the last time I was on. So if you go through the Queen Anne, probably not the walkthrough, but the one before that, you'll see the Queen's Room and where I performed. We have Stephanie Weber. Now, Stephanie is, I'll read again her blurb, When You Wish Upon a Star. Lots of songs and stories from icons such as Streisand with a touch of Disney. A huge fan of Sarah Brightman, songs from West Side Story, Adele, and a little touch of country to boot. So that's what I'm going to do then at 9:15. So the next time you see me will be, if they want to come on YouTube, it'll be with Nicola and her mum. If they don't, I'll put up the little clips of the shows, and again, very, very small, just to give you a little idea of what the other guest ents are all about. And then I'll talk to you tomorrow in Alesund. Okay, see you shortly, or maybe not, maybe see you tomorrow. Bye. And good morning to Alesund. Now, let me just say that it wasn't that Nicola didn't want to appear on YouTube, but when I went to where I was supposed to meet them, I couldn't find them. I'm not saying they weren't there. Miscommunication, but anyway, it's not that she didn't want to appear. You saw the clips of the guys in the theatre and of Stephanie in the Queen's Room. Anyway, it's a new day, and we're now in Alesund. By the way, 2 good shows. Alesund, for those that don't know, or Alesund, A-L-E-S-U-N-D, you pronounce it whatever way you want, we're told that you could be forgiven for thinking you'd stepped off your ship into the pages of a fairy tale. A myriad of towering spires and decorative turrets. And it's easy to see, according to the blurb, why this vibrant fishing port is regarded as one of the prettiest cities in Norway. There was a huge fire here. I remember talking about that on the in-depth video I did on Alesund. And if you want to see an in-depth video on this port, flick through my library and you'll come on it on a very, 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 very wet day when I was here. But anyway, it rose from the ashes of that fire. That fire was in 1904. And it now expands across 7 small islands, seamlessly connected with an elaborate network of underwater tunnels. We'll see none of those. Anyway, let's go ashore into Alesund and see what it's like. Again, as I said, there's an in-depth one, so this will just be little video clips here and there. Okay, come on, let's go. Now, you already saw a little clip, because I put up a little clip of your show last night.
Thank you, Will.
About 5 seconds. And this is Stephanie.
Hello.
And she's normally more talkative than this, let me tell you.
Sorry.
I mean,
stage fright, Will.
Hello. That's it.
Hello, Will's YouTube.
You've got to say how fabulous you are and go ahead, tell them how
Well,
great you are.
I had my first show last night in the Queen's room, with the
Yes.
Queen Anne, and I think it went okay.
It went really well.
Thank you.
It went really well. And
They were
I was
lovely.
at the later one of the two, and it was rammed. So I'm sure the early one was rammed
Oh
as well.
no, they were both.
Yeah.
They were both excellent audiences.
And Stephanie's here with her mum.
So I am, Ma'am. Hello.
This is Sue, who also got a huge round of applause last night after
did,
the
I
show.
did,
And
yeah.
it was referred to as Ma'am.
Ma'am. Oh.
I thought the Queen had come back again.
I'm Ma'am. Yes. And I'm shy. I'm quite shy. Mom. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Stephanie has another show later on in the theatre, and I know
I do.
I know it's going to be absolutely fabulous.
Oh, thank
So I told you if I saw her, I would let you speak to her. So we did.
Oh, lovely to meet you all.
Now we're going ashore. Well,
We are.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, it's so lovely to see the streets of Alesund busy today. The last time I was here, as I was saying, it was very, very wet. The streets were empty. But of course, we've 2 ships in today, and that'll increase the footfall around the town. There is a little kiosk that sells fabulous fish and chips here. They actually have a sign up to say, probably the best fish and chip shop in the world. I have sampled them. They're certainly good, but I don't know who determines what is the best. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this little walk around Alesund. And it was great to catch up with Stephanie and her mum. And on their advice, I put on this coat, something a wee bit warmer than the one I had on. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, with that wonderful castle behind me, not a castle, a building with a turret, with a spire, I will now wrap up my time ashore here in Alesund. It's been lovely to be back, to be honest with you, especially in the sunshine. And it's lovely when the sun's shining. Anyway, I head back to the ship. Plans for tonight? Again, not sure. I'll chat to you later. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that dramatic backdrop that I showed you as we left Alesund, taken from my cabin window. More of that to come tomorrow. Actually, when we're from midnight tonight heading down the fjord into tomorrow's port of call, which is Olden. It's very, very dramatic. I'll be asleep, but don't worry, you'll not miss it, because when we get to Olden, we're going to swing around and head back out again, and I'll film that for you. Anyway, what's my plans for tonight? I'm going to go and get something to eat, and then I'm going to go to the theatre and catch Nicola's show, and I'll put up a little clip of that for you. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button, the thumbs up, and consider subscribing. As I always say, it doesn't cost anything. I don't know why it's called subscribe. It's probably similar to follow on Facebook and any of those other social media platforms. All you're going to do is hit subscribe, and you'll be part of this little growing community that is the Travelling Comic. Right, I'm in a rush because I'm hungry, and I'm going now to eat. See you tomorrow, Olden. Welcome to Olden. Well, I can see outside the cabin window is absolutely breathtaking. So the next few images that I will show you, I'll do it from the open deck. You'll agree we're in a wonderful port. Then we'll go ashore. Olden is a place where a lot of the ships come to because they do loads of tours, loads of excursions. I'm not going to do that. I love just to have a little walk around the place. Now it's remote. In actual fact, there is a population of about just 1,000 people. It's one of 3 villages based in this basin, with the mountains towering up to 6,500 feet on either side of it. It's actually part of a European glacier area. The scenery is just fabulous, and that's what you're going to see this morning. So I'll get my bag packed and I'll take you ashore into Olden. Now, I was just walking past and I saw this lady. Now, we're in Norway. There's trips heading off to see glaciers. There's snow on the top of the mountains. And look what she's eating.
Ice cream.
What's your name?
Vicky.
And where are you from?
Melbourne.
Oh,
Australia.
you see, that makes it all the difference. I love the Australians. Do you know why I love the Australians? The first time I was ever there, I went into a little coffee shop. I was there on the ship, and there was a sign on the wall said, "If you have a food allergy, please go somewhere else." And I went, I love these people.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. And another thing, tell me your name again.
Vicky.
Vicky tells me that her husband watches my YouTube videos, so he's not even going to know that I've spoken to her until he sees it in about 4 weeks' time, whenever this goes up. Have a wonderful. Are you enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Oh, the ship?
Yeah, we did the Sydney to Southampton. We were on 59 days. That's when we saw you on the last cruise.
I joined in Mauritius and left in Cape Town.
And we saw you then.
There you go.
And that's when he started following you on YouTube.
Will you enjoy your ice
We
cream?
will.
I'm heading on. He's
You
going to
bet.
get a surprise when he sees you,
Yeah,
the
he
star of
will.
YouTube.
He will get a very big surprise. You have a nice
Say hello
day.
to him.
Hello, Ian. I've got the ice cream and none on me. Surprise, surprise.
Love it. What a lovely guest on Cunard. I'm just walking along here and I've been joined, well, I accosted two members of the crew. What's your name?
My name is Ali.
And he works up in the Artisan Food Hall. He's from Indonesia, and this is
Mark.
Mark. That's
Yeah.
easy. Where are you from? No, Mark's from the Philippines. And
Yes.
where do you work?
Technical department.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you have very little to do.
Yeah.
No, the reason I'm saying that, I was in my cabin yesterday and the door knocked open. It was technical department.
Yes.
He says, I'm here to fix a door. I
Yeah.
says, but there's nothing wrong with my door. He
Yeah.
says there's been a report that there's a squeak, and the door just went, wee, just a little squeak,
Yeah.
and he fixed it.
That's our.
I hadn't even
That's our job.
I hadn't even noticed it. I hadn't even noticed it. We've just been told off to move out of the road. I thought there was steering on those, but anyway. This is their first time in Olden, and they're having a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll not detain you any longer, but you know what to do? Check this channel and see yourselves.
What's your channel again?
It's the Traveling Comic. See, I'm going to get 2 more subscribers here.
Hold on.
No, he's okay. I've just come into this church and I was walking out, and this lady says, "Hiya, William." in of course a Northern Ireland accent. And look who it turned out to be. Very good friends of mine who over the years have booked me. They have booked me personally to do stuff in their house. And you had a big birthday recently.
That's right.
And do you know that your daughter got in touch with me to see if I could do it? And I was on a ship.
Oh.
And
That's quite right.
and I was devastated.
Oh.
And for any of you in Northern Ireland who haven't a clue who this is, you see this lady's name, it's up more than street names. If you see Leslie, oh, now you're working it out. Yes. Anytime there is buildings put up to high standard, these are the pair behind it.
That's nice.
And that is how much he loves his wife, because he names everything after her.
So the bank can't get it.
And I'm going to tell you something else, and I've told this to a number of people. Leslie, you might forget this. The last time I was at your house, it was just after COVID,
That's right.
and you had a party, and it was actually my first show after about 2 years,
Right.
and we had a brilliant night at your
Yeah,
house.
we did.
Now, I went out to sit in Leslie's car because I'm car mad, and she was driving. I don't know if you still have it. It was the Rolls Royce Cullen.
Yes,
Cullen.
You know, pardon me, me possessed.
No,
I'm coming on stage with you.
and you know what she said to me, William? See if you want to borrow this ticket for a drive. Just ask me.
Amanda.
Ask me.
Amanda.
Can you imagine me rocking up to some gig in a Rolls Royce?
He'll ask her. The answer is no, but he can ask her anyway.
Anyway, they're on the ship, obviously. Well, they're not on the ship. They're standing here at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are on the
We
ship.
saw him the first night, and he was absolutely fabulous. I have
Super
to tell you that. He was
brilliant.
brilliant. We're very proud of
Absolutely.
him from Northern Ireland. Well done, William.
Well done.
There you go. And they're
Okay.
saying that in a church, so they mean it.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Chat to you later. Anytime I come to Olden, there is a church that I always like to visit. And it's not the one that I was talking to Michael and Leslie in, but about, I'd say, a mile's walk away from the ship, there is another little church. And I love to come here and sometimes just sit in the grounds and take in the majesticness, is that a word? Of the scenery all around me. And there's the little church there. It's lovely. If you're ever here, just keep walking or jump on the train. Ooh. Or a school bus. Oh, the way I did it, Shanksmere, and come to this little church now. And I don't want to talk too long here because this video is going to be much longer than I anticipated. You know that old country hymn? Some of you will, some of you won't. I think the first time I ever heard it sang, it was by Charlie Pride. Or it could have been Cliff Barrows and the gang. You know the one? There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier place in the glen. Or words to that effect. I love this place. Hold on, I'll swing it round. Look at the setting. With the snow-capped mountains on either side. Come on, people. If that doesn't give this video a thumbs up all on its own, well, I don't know what will. Over my shoulder, not the man with the dog. And I don't want to film them to make them feel awkward. But you can see the crew having a party, a little picnic in the sun. Yeah, they're having a few beers. Oh, I think it's fabulous. Great to see them enjoying themselves because they work very hard. And with the magnificent Queen Anne behind me here, this is as good a place as any to end this little segment in Olden. The majestic mountains rising behind me. It's just fabulous. The sun is shining, so it's been fairly warm. It's about 11, 12 degrees. But anyway, it's time for me to get back on board. What's happening tonight? Who knows? But I hope you've enjoyed Olden. See you next time. Come on. and the sail out through the fjord was stunning. So what did I do last night? I spent all the time up on the open deck just enjoying the scenery and marveling at the beauty that the Norwegian fjords brings. I'd forgot. It's been a while from I was in Norway on the fjords. So it was really, really good to do that and just relax last night. Anyway, this is a new day and this is our last port of call. And we are in Haugesund. Probably mispronounced, but it's spelt, for those that want to know, Haugesund, Haugesund. Now, I have been here before, although I haven't done a full detailed walkthrough of the port, nor am I going to do that, because those videos don't seem to be that much, don't appear to be that interesting to you. You seem to prefer this sort of a one where you're on the ship and you're on the voyage with me. Anyway, I'm going to give you the highlights of where we are today, so that you know. It is a town on the North Sea in Rogaland, County, Norway. There's breathtaking scenery, world-class views are the main ingredients of the dramatic coastline. And if it's anything like what we saw last night, well, yeah, so it is. This part of the country in which Haugesund stands was a region of great importance during the Viking era. And indeed, it lent its name to the country itself because the shipping lane offshore was known as the Northway, which shortened over time to Norway. It's also renowned as the site where Norway's first king, Harald, united the nation and was later buried. That's your history. That's all the detail you're getting. Let's go ashore and see what it looks like. Come on. It's funny, isn't it, that when you come back to a place, I'm sure you people are the same as me, that you remember things. I remember things in great detail about being here the last time. Even remember who I was talking to on the phone. I had to make a phone call back at home and what it was about. Those things just come into your head. Random. Anyway, this bridge behind me here, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see people walking over it. If you can, that's all the guests heading back to the ship. There is a shuttle bus in and a shuttle bus out, but it's only a walk, short walk. Oh, half a mile, and that's them all heading back. And I'll head back that way too. Not yet, still loads to see. Another little land train for you. Oh, they seem to be very popular. I don't know why. Anyway, let's keep enjoying this port. Well, I've had an absolutely wonderful time here in Haugesund, revisiting it for the second time. And I think the weather has really made it fabulous. I do remember that the last time I was here, it was warm as well, although I had to put on a little coat just for the wind, heading up over the bridge that I showed you earlier towards the sea. But anyway, the reason I've stopped in this particular point to close the visit to Haugesund And I hope the microphone's doing its job because there are 3 waterfalls around me here. But I just wanted to let you see the red funnel of Queen Anne just over my shoulder. When I get back on board the ship, I know exactly what I'm doing tonight. I'm meeting Nicola and her mum for a drink up on the Commodore Club. And then I'm going to see Stephanie do her second show in the theatre. And then it's bedtime. It's a sea day tomorrow. And it's a work day tomorrow. I have to do my final shows tomorrow night in the Bright Light Society. Now that's a little venue on the ship that I think it seats maybe only about 150, 200 people. So it's going to be an intimate gig. I'm looking forward to it. Normally when I'm on Queen Anne, I do a show in the theatre, then one in the Queen's Room. But I'm in the Bright Light Society tonight. And looking forward to that. Anyway. When will I chat to you again? Oh, hopefully with Nicola and her mum tonight for a drink. See yous. Now, I did tell you that I was going to meet up with Nicola and her mum and go for a little drinky poo.
Hi.
And look, here they are.
Here we are.
They do really exist. I don't know how many times we've stood each other up.
I know,
but-
it's finally happening and we're all very excited, aren't we, Mum? There you go.
And Nicola, have you a show tomorrow night?
No, I don't.
You did have a split originally in the thing.
Not anymore. So I just had the one show, so I've had an amazing week.
You had a fabulous show.
Thank you. So did you, first night. This is the Mutual Compliment Society. So we're both paid up members here.
This is the Bono Society. Bono, you two. And you must have had a wonderful week.
Very good, lovely. It's been really.
Because the weather has been fabulous.
We've been so blessed with the weather. The sunshine has been extraordinary.
We really have.
Yeah.
So, you see, they do exist. Now, that's all you're going to see. We're going to have a little drink, and I'm not going to let you see what we're drinking.
Have a great evening, everyone.
It was lovely to finally meet up in the Commodore Club with Nicola and her mum, Pat. We've never ever worked together before, and we were joking saying we'll probably be on every other ship now at the same time. That's the way it works. In all my years of working on the ships, and indeed Nicola's been doing them 20 years, we've never met. But it was nice. And then I left there and went to the theatre and caught the last the theatre show of Stephanie. I put up a little clip of that as well. Anyway, this is the last day. It's a sea day. So what are my priorities today? Number 1, I'm going to have a late lunch. Number 2, I will then start to pack. Number 3, I will take you with me to the Bright Light Society for the sound check, which I'll do at 5 o'clock. And then I have my first show at 7 and my second show at 8:45. That's my plans for today. And among all of that, I'm going to try and catch the Formula 1 qualifying. Although I think my timing's going to be wrong. I think it's going to be on when I'm doing the sound check. So I'll do a very, very quick sound check. Anyway, come with me the rest of today, the last day at sea, and let's hope I have 2 good shows tonight.
An uncomfortable challenge awaits all of the drivers here, Harry. Today, an old school track, like you say, it's tight, it's twisty, it's up and down, it's a proper drop. We'll get the off-camera look. Did he roll? He did. Wow, it's almost reminiscent of Joe Guanyu's crash in Silverstone a couple of years ago. The damage, but that's been a huge off. Glad to see he's walked away okay from that one. Blink of an eye, as it has done for Franco Colapinto. Round he goes, and then all he can do once he's in the gravel is head to the wall. Didn't take his hands off his off the barrier, but it was his teammate Isaac Hadjar.
So this is the little intimate venue that I'm in tonight. Something different for me on a ship. I can play the piano if I want. You're now to do the sound check. So I have the lovely Harriet from Wales doing lights and sound. And I'm very impressed. She knows exactly what she's doing. So this is my domain tonight. Just sorting out the lights. And then we'll do the 2 shows. That's all you need to know from now. See you at showtime. I'm quite, hold on. I'm quite delighted that there's a stoppage on the Grand Prix at the minute in qualifying. I mean, there was 2 accidents and the guys are okay, but it means that I can get my sound check done and hopefully get back before quali 3. See?
For Piastri, can he pit Verstappen to pole? He does so despite losing time. It's provisional pole position for the championship leader Oscar Piastri, but we still await.
Well, I managed to get to see all of the qualifying for the Grand Prix. Now, it's that time. It's time that I went and did what I'm on the ship to do. Perform a couple of shows. So, come on, let's head down and see how we get on. See when you've no glasses on. And 2 absolutely fabulous shows were had. I really, really enjoyed myself. What a lovely venue to play in. As I said, it's the first time I've ever played in that venue. I put up a little clip of the people coming in, with the people there about 5 minutes before the start of the first show, and the second show was every bit as busy. What an intimate little venue. I was able to take them on a journey with me. They got every nuance, every raised eyebrow, every twinkle in my eye. They caught everything that I was saying, even though I wasn't saying some of the things at all. Brilliant place to be. Anyway, the video has come to an end. I have to finish packing now, and I leave the ship in the morning in Southampton and fly home. It's been an absolute pleasure to have had you with me. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I've passed another landmark in the number of subscriptions that have joined this little growing community here, the Travelling Comic. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing it. It costs nothing. And over 90% of the people that watch the videos have not subscribed. Anyway, thank you for watching, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a wonderful, wonderful time, and I'll see you in the next one on another ship.